Hello, my name is Curtis O'Brider, and this is my demonstrated speech. My demonstrated speech is about archery. I told you I've done it for 2 or 3 years in my intro video. And I've been able to go to state for 2 years, as you can see as my shirt. I'm just going to slowly and briefly walk through everything that I do to go and shoot. First thing I do is I get the stuff you need: bow and 5 arrows. That's what you need for the NASP program. And NASP is the National Archery in the Schools program, and that's what the program we shoot for here at Lawton Bronson. Next thing you do is make sure that the stuff that you got is good, as far as it's fully functional and nothing is broken. Look at the arrows, make sure that they're all intact, nothing is broken on them. Look at your bow and make sure that the strings aren't broken, the riser isn't broken, or anything, that kind of stuff. Next thing I'm going to do is explain some of the parts and features so you can understand what I'm talking about when I talk about some of these things. As far as the arrow goes, this is the arrow. These here are what are called fletching or feathers. That's what makes the arrow fly. This right here is called a nock, and that's what is attached to the string whenever you shoot. As far as the bow goes, you have a couple main features. Your grip, that's where you hold it. This right here is called arrow rest. That's where the arrow is held. This little green piece right here is called the nock point. That is where you put your arrow. And the rest of these stuff, it doesn't matter as much of what I'm doing here. This is the wheel, the cam, and the rest of the risers and what you have. So once I have done all the checks and making sure that everything is okay and ready to use, I tug off anything that's a distraction to me. So like this watch here or anything in my pockets. That's just something I do, you don't have to do. Next thing I do is get any of the accessories that are allowed by the NASP program, like a glove, or sometimes you can have little rests that you can put on there. You can't have any sights or releases or anything like that. They're not allowed in the program. The next thing I do is I come and I get ready. The first thing whenever you come up to the shooting line here is that you have to put the bow on your toe. That seems kind of childish, but it's something as far as safety. Once they blow a whistle, which is a whistle command, once they blow the whistle one time, you're able to shoot. So you come and you put your hand on your grip. You don't want to grab it too firmly because that's not good either. You just want to grab it nice and loosely so it can float around a little bit. Next thing you do is you grab an arrow. Like I said, you put the arrow on the arrow rest and you put it underneath that green nock that I showed you earlier. That is how the arrow is held in there. Whenever you go to grab the bowstring, you don't want to curl your fingers all the way around it and make it look really odd, because that's not going to work. It's going to make your arrow go all over the place, and that's just not the way to shoot it. You want to make sure that just the very tips of your fingers are on that string, just so bare that you feel like it could, fall out of your fingers. That's what you want to do, so whenever you shoot, it's nice and smooth. Because if it's not, once again, it'll deflate your accuracy, and who knows where that arrow is going to go. So once you have that all set up, you want to, like I said, put your fingertips just on the back of it and pull back, just on the tips of your fingers. Once you have it pulled back, you want to make sure that you're nice and easy, so that whenever you shoot, you're not really tense, and you just want to be relaxed, so that whenever you shoot, it's not tense and be all nervous and who knows where it could go. So once you pull back, like I said, be calm, take a deep breath, whatever you have to do. Pull back, be nice and calm, and once you release, make sure your fingers pull back. That's just a way to make sure that when you shoot, it's nice and smooth.